Okay guys, here's like the video tutorial. I went online and I found like this plan on like Pinterest or something. Someone was making masks a long time ago. It's an old web page. So this is on Pinterest, and I don't have a printer, so I zoomed it in. So like it had a little marker of 2 inches. So I zoomed in until I got to like an actual 2-inch part. Then I put the piece of paper on top of the laptop, and then I traced it out and I cut it, and here it is. There's this one. It's modified a little bit. I made it slightly longer than it's supposed to be. I also made another one that is a lot longer. I was using for a while, but I don't think this size is good. So then you get this. You get your 2 pieces of, no, you get your fabric, whatever. You cut one side and another side. These are both the same print, but you know, this is the wrong side. So you do that. Then I came over here and I cut a stack of this stuff. You see this is like flannel. This is flannel. I did it sort of the same way. This is more like universal. I make them bigger because guy masks are like 1/4 of an inch bigger than everywhere in every way, and girl masks are a little bit smaller. So this is more like how a girl mask should end up. So I make the guys a little bit bigger. So I cut out a bunch of these, and these guys don't really matter what side is in or out because the flannel is the same from the inside and the outside. But I just do that, you know. I cut out like a huge stack of them, and I have all these fabrics that are kind of the same. It doesn't really matter if you get to like the edge. I don't think I have any like weird edges here or not, because the edges get folded in. So that's part one. This part one. Okay, so I forgot this part. So as soon as you start stitching them, I get all of them and I flip them inside out. You know, like wrong faced out, I guess. So yeah, wrong faced out like this. And I do a line right here, like a straight line. And that's what I'm gonna do right now, and that was it. All right, so you get all these guys, you sew them together, since I make them all really big to begin with, I sew like the men's size closer to the edge and the other ones a little bit more over here. But all of them have been sewn on the edge and the nice side in. Let me see. So now the next step is to say get a big one here, and I get a big mask over here. Now you get these guys, and these guys, you put them together, nice sides in, I guess, like the print side in on both of them. And I can't do it this angle, it sucks, but all right. And now you pin it. I use these little pins. Pin it like so, and then I go on this side and I pin it like so, like this. So I continue to match these and pin it, match the sides and pin it all the way through. Once it's pinned, I sew. Well, I'll show you in the next video. All right, so this fabric you'll be able to see better. I sort of did these. I'm like in one of the last middle steps. So I pinned the 2 fabrics together, right? I pinned it all like kind of to like this curve. You kind of follow this curve right here, and then you just pin one here straight down, pin one here straight down. Don't mind this. After I sew it up, I cut it, you know. So let me flip one of these inside out so you could see how I did the do's. All right, so I'm gonna sew a straight line here. I usually mark this also off, like the seam allowance, like this, and then I give it an inch. This is very important. 1 inch on this side too, like seam allowance, and then the 1 inch. I'm gonna stop right here, and I do this because it leaves like a pocket right here. See this like gap right here? So I'll stitch along here, and then I'll go all the way across and do the thing. And that is because when you flip them inside out like this, it leaves a hole so you could put your thread or whatever you're going to use. And that's if you're going to do it the way I do it. I run the cord through and stuff. And that's pretty much it. And that's what I'm about to do here. So I just stitch here, stop, I come over here, do all of this, stop, and then I go back down. Real easy. I want you to try to do this one-handed. Wait, is my camera dirty? Yeah, it was. All right, let's go. Okay, sort of straight. So, like I said, you leave that one gap. Then I drop it like it's hot. No, it's not. I don't want it there. Hold on. Oh my God, why can't I do both? What's wrong with my hand? All right. So from here, I'm not gonna be able to do it one-handed because I gotta kind of hold it upwards like this. Kind of hold the whole thing backwards, and one of my needles just came out. F my life. Can't fix it because I'm freaking awesome. And that's it. That's how you leave that one gap. All right, so this shit's all done now. I gotta remove the pins, but look, check it out. This is exactly how I did it. I just gotta like cut this guy. Let me see. My cheap scissors. I need new ones. I don't know what. Look at. I don't know what the kids did with them, but they're destroyed. And I tried fixing them, but it's no go. Someone buy me new scissors. And so yeah, so you just come here and get this giant piece of cutter, according to Andre, and cut this end off, and that's it. You know, throw that away, and you're pretty much almost done with it. Then the next step is like to fold this in and stitch it up, and I'll do it right now in the next scene. All right, almost done. What I do is I fold this up and do like a zigzag stitch just to hold everything together. And yeah, it's pretty much what you do. You do all of this, you know, just the edging, go all the way around. And I use a zigzag stitch, and I use this little foot. I don't know what it does, I don't know what its real purpose is, but I use it, so whatever. So then yeah, you just go all the way around, kind of fold it up. Sometimes this thing will be too long because the flannel is real stretchy, so it'll be like a little bit too long. So before I run it through, this one already cut, but before I run it through, I'll trim it so it kind of stays the same, or else like my very first mask that I use for myself, well, I'm not gonna show it to you, but like it pops out a lot, and sometimes like that brown, the gray stuff will pop out on my beard, and it's kind of nasty and uncomfortable. So yeah, that's pretty much, you're almost done. After this, since there's still a hole right here, I run the cord. Actually, before running the cord, I'll just come and I'll stitch a line right here to close this, and then I run a cord that goes through. If you want, you could stitch the cord, you know, like in, so it doesn't move. That way we have two different things to tie, like one up here and one up here. But what I do is I stick the cord in through here and tie the bottom one. I'll show you guys later. All right, so I went ahead and did this little zigzag stitch all the way around. That way this lies flat, and came out pretty good. The next step is to do this, like this stitch right here, and what this does is just keeps it from like getting all nasty right here, you know, because we have like, you know, it's like this, we have that gap that we didn't do. And the way I kind of fix that is I put my finger in there and pull it up, pinch it, and then I go ahead and stitch this all the way down like that. You know, it's just enough so I could pass a cord through there. I do it on both sides. You see, this one I already folded the thing and did the thing, but I just haven't stitched it up. This is gonna be the next one, and that's that. And once you do that, you run the cord through, and you're almost there. What I do for the nose, because if you put this on, it'll look okay, but the thing is that it does not block from stuff getting in through your nose bridge. So what I started doing, watch, where's mine at? Where did I put mine at? Where's Pikachu? Here I am. I just washed it, and I put a piece of aluminum wire in here. You could probably use like house copper, like copper wire from the walls or whatnot, but you know, I'm using, why are they here? These things. This is wire I got from Daiso, the store Daiso Japan. It's bonsai wire, and you use it to wrap the bonsai branches and model them. So what I do is I cut them like to about like 4 or 5 inches long, and then I grind off the edges so they're not sharp, because mine are super sharp and they kind of stab me, but I don't care because it's my mask, whatever. So that's what I use. Then let me see, get one that's done. Then I get on the sewing machine. I sew this up like 2 or 3 times, you know, like try to go back and forth, and then I start sewing a channel. Once I get to like around here, before I get into these creases where there's like a bunch of fabric, I run the pipe through, and then it gets stuck there. So then from there, I kind of like, you know, I start sewing it again with the wire in there, but with my hands I'm pushing, like I'm pushing onto it, so it kind of stays against the edge, and the needle won't hit the metal, because I've broken like around 5 needles already trying to figure this out. So I get here, and then I just do like 2 or 3 more back and forth, and that's it, you're done. And this will mold to your nose, however your contours are, and you know, it'll protect you a lot more from dust or the virus, you know. And this is, I think this is like 18 gauge, I'm not sure. The ones that I use on my mask, where'd it go? I use like 10 gauge or something. It's super thick and it's really hard to move around, but this one just works. This one works just as fine, so it's okay, you know. Like, or you can even double it up. I've done some that had this like folded over, like for my kids, and it works well. But the thing is that it's just too hard. Like, it's too hard to like fix it as you're on the go, you know. And this is like the first ones I made, like I made them with the thicker paracord, and then now I use like the thinner paracord. Or there's like this other cotton, this other stuff. It's like cording, cotton cord. I got it at Michael's also. This was like $10. You know, this works really well, because although I prefer this stuff because it doesn't stretch, but this one, if you don't put an actual knot behind your head, it's gonna keep falling off and it won't be adjustable anymore. So, you know, and then plus like this one, you gotta like burn the tips and do all that other crap. But it works, right? Like these work and they're nice. And the inside, you know, I use tissue paper. A lot of people are using different stuff like toilet paper, anything that's like very paperish and small. You could even put like coffee filters in there. I will put like 2 layers of coffee filters, but tissue paper works just as well. Just fold it over once and then just, you know, stick it in there. And I can't do it in the camera because the camera's like 2 inches away from me, but you know, this works. And this one doctor I saw on YouTube, he says that as long as you change the tissue paper every 3 hours, you should be okay, and it'll like prevent droplets from transferring through. And the thing is, you're trying to catch droplets here. You know, I don't want to get into the science of like the virus or how many microns that is and how many microns the tissue paper is. Just know that, you know, as long as it's in, like through a sneeze or a cough, this will most likely protect you well. And that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Put them down below. I think I'm gonna put this on the YouTube channel. I don't think I could do it on Instagram, even though I'm doing it for the people on Instagram. Just let me know. Hit me up on Facebook or something, and I'll answer any questions you guys have. Thank you.